Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel QlikView Enthusiast. I am Abhishek, a QlikView learner, and with this video I will start sharing my learning about different types of QlikView chart. So as you know, every business intelligence tool have certain types of chart to visualize the data, and similarly we have different types of charts available in QlikView also. So let's see some of the charts that are available in QlikView by right clicking on blank space and go to new sheet object and click on chart. Alright, so this is basically the chart wizard in which we have this different types of charts from which we can select any of the one, and the first one is bar chart, very commonly used, and line chart, combo chart, radar chart, gauge chart. So these are the different kinds of chart, but interestingly we also have pivot table. So if you have used Microsoft Excel or any other spreadsheet software, you must have used the pivot table for designing the cross table, or doing the different types of slicing and dicing of data. So similarly you can have the pivot table here in this QlikView, but they are present in the form of chart. And similarly we have a straight table also, that is also in the form of a chart. So straight table is useful to simply show different types of detailed data into a table structure. Alright, so main message here I want to communicate that in this chart we can select any of the required chart based on a requirement and go ahead with defining its properties that are present in this chart wizard. So let's move ahead with defining a simple bar chart to start with. As it is very simple, it is very easy to understand. So before I do that, let me just click this close for a moment and define the situation. So the table that you are seeing here has a world population data since 1960. Now our requirement is that we want to see the every country population data in a bar chart. Alright, so for that let's first have a country information by going into select fields, and we can have country name, add, okay. So now we have country filter by which we can select a different country and see its population. And now let's have a chart by right clicking on the blank space, go to new sheet object and chart. Alright, so we have this window title. We can give the title or use first expression as label. So the expression we will define in a third step, but before that let's select the bar chart for now and click on next, and we need to define the dimension over here. So for that we will select the year because we want the data to be laid down on the year dimension. So we click on add, click on next, and here we have expression, and the expression that we want to define is we want to get the sum of the total population that is present year over year. So for that, sum, and let's open and close the bracket, and the population is named as data. So we have this data and press tab. Now our data is present over here. Click OK. So this is our expression for population data, and we can define the label expression as say country population. And for now let's click on finish without any further going into and doing a deep dive into the different options. Let's click on finish to see how our data is look like. Alright, so here is our data. Let's first minimize this by clicking on this minimize button, and let's expand this. Alright, so we have a lot of values on X dimensions starting from 1960 till 2012, and it is almost impossible, to show each and every dimension, and probably sometimes irrelevant also, because nobody is really, I mean to say, nobody should be really interested in knowing what is our population since 1960. Maybe, most of the times people are interested to know how much growth or how much population increment we have in past, say, 10 years or 20 years, and then they can do their further analysis. But even if you want to have year over year, all the years analysis, you can create a sets of information and then present it over here, but that we can explore later. But for now, the message that I want to communicate is how can we limit the dimension or the values that is laid down over x-axis. So for that, let's say that we want to see the top 10 largest values for our country population. So for that, we right click here, go to properties, and we have an option of dimension limit, where we can restrict the values by enabling this option, restrict which values are displayed using the first expression. So we say that show only largest 10 values and click OK. So now you see that our largest 10 values are last 10 years of values. So from 2004 to 2012, that is 9 values, and another bar which says others. So others is nothing but the accumulation of all the rest of the years, excluding all of these different years from 2004 to 2012. Alright, so because of this others, our analysis is not looking nice, so we need to remove this because it is irrelevant here. So for that, we right click on the chart, go to properties, and uncheck this option, show others, and click OK. Alright, so chart is looking a little bit nicer in this case, where we have data from 2003 to 2012, a 10 largest population data, and we can select any country from here and see their value. Now to see each individual year value, we can hover our mouse over to that bar, and it shows this information where year is equals to 2003 and country population is some, I think, 37 million. So to have this information presented over a bar chart or an individual bar, which is a standard in some cases, you need to right click on this chart, go to properties, and go to expression, click on this value on data points, click OK. Alright, so now you have values over different bars, and you can directly correlate in 2006 what was our country population. Now let's see how can we make this chart more presentable. So for example, you have this year axis laid down on the horizontal axis, but say for example, you want to have this chart in a small portion of this dashboard area. So for that, we need to change the orientation of this chart. For that, you need to right click on the chart, go to properties, and under style you have this orientation option where you can have this as a horizontal orientation. You click OK, and the chart is now changed to a horizontal orientation, where now the year axis is on the y-axis, and you have population values on x-axis. And now we can drag this chart towards left, and now we have the same information but in a small portion of the area of the dashboard, and rest of the dashboard area now can be used for other types of analysis, and we can create different charts or metrics we want. Now let's look at some more properties. So let's say for example, you don't want this static country population title, but you are interested in changing this title as soon as you select the country to better show for which country you are showing the population. So for that, you go to properties and go to general. You can use it like is equal to indicate you are entering formula, and then the name of the field. So here the field is country name. So you just click apply and OK. So you see this now the title is now changed to Argentina, and as soon as we select another country, we see this, the title is Afghanistan and title of the chart is country population. So we change any of the chart and this has the title has become dynamic. Now let's look at the other property where you can do a selection in the chart itself. So for example, if I hold down the left key of my mouse and do a drag it down till 2010, it will show me those values, right? But say for example you don't want someone to do a such behavior or do a such change into the chart, you can restrict it by making the chart as read only. So for that, let's first move a step back to get the original position, and we right click on the chart, go to properties and click read only, apply, OK. So now if you make any selection, the chart will not change. Sorry, here it is. So no change whatsoever. So in this way you can restrict the user behavior that is applicable on the chart if they are doing some kind of dragging or slicing or dicing in the chart itself. Now let's see some more properties. Say for example these values are presented as numbers, but you want some kind of formatting that you want to apply on these numbers. So for that again you need to go into properties. So right click on chart, go to properties and click on numbers tab. Here you have the number format settings for the expression. So currently it is expression default, and you can change it to your required formatting. Say for example I want it to change as integer, and this is the preview which will come, and I click apply. Okay, so you now see this chart numbers are now properly formatted, and similarly the axis values are now properly formatted. Now lastly, in this video let me show you how we can make this chart detachable. In other meaning, we just don't want to have any impact on this chart by whatever selection we are making it over here. So in this way, say that we have a requirement where we just want to show the chart showing some information, and we do not want any kind of change by applying any of the filter present in the dashboard. In that case, you can detach the chart from the filters so that they are not updated. So for that, we can right click on the chart and click on detach. After we detach the chart, this label come as detached, which clearly indicates that this chart is now detached from the rest of the dashboard, and if we are making any of the selection, the chart will not change. So you see this, now the chart values are not updating as we are changing the filters, and it's a complete static chart for now. So this is pretty much all I wanted to discuss in this basic introduction of bar chart, and with this chart I am starting a new series where I will explain some more charts in the future videos. So I hope you will find this video useful, and I will meet you in a new video with a new chart. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.